Hello everybody, so we're here. So today's video is a book haul, not a comic book haul, but a book haul. Because I do like to collect books as well. Obviously, I don't really go for it as much as comic books. Comic books is my number one, and then I also do like to collect books, and I do like to collect other things too, like Magic the Gathering cards and records sometimes, vinyls, but it just depends. Mostly comic books though. But I do like to go. My local library does do book sales every like twice a week or whatever. But it was funny because usually it's on Sundays and Tuesdays. Today was Saturday, and I happened to walk in there and they just happened to have a whole bunch of tables set up, like more than they usually do. I was like, "Is there a book sale today?" And she was like, "Yes." Yeah, she was like, "Yes." And apparently they had like a just an unannounced surprise book sale to try to get rid of on extra on top of the one to do tomorrow, to try to get rid of like extra stock they had or whatever, because my public library is remodeling some of the rooms, and with a room, I guess a storeroom where they keep all their extra books is being remodeled, so they were just trying to push them out to the other part of the store or the other part of the library and get rid of them. So, you know, of course, if anybody knows how book sales work, friends or library book sales, usually all the proceeds are supposed to go back to the library, so of course it's supporting your local library and all that. But I like to go in there and just look around and find like random little. I like oddball things. I like a lot of things. I like old sci-fi books like from the 80s and 70s. I like nonfiction books that are about interesting subjects that I like. Like I like to learn, so I like to read. I like to read through like history books and things that are associated with certain aspects of what I'm into. And then I also like, I love choosing your own adventure books, but you rarely ever see the old ones anymore in like in sales or book sales or bookstores. Also, anything that's comic book related, anything that's like history of comic books or is a fictional book about a character. I used to have this Daredevil book that had a really good story to it. It was like a fictional Daredevil novel story. But yeah, anyway, let's get into what I have. I didn't pick up much because I was actually going there to return a DVD. So I just walked in to return a DVD and I happened to see the books. And when I got there, it was like I was on my way to work. So when I got there, it was like 15 minutes before or 10 minutes before the place closed. So I just went through like, well, I only had like 5 minutes or so to really look through the book. So I just grabbed the first few things that looked interesting. So we have Lord of the Flies. This is a classic. It's a little beat up. I got it for like 10 cents or something like that, 25 cents. But it's a little beat up. Oh, I forgot to mention the book sale was a half off book sale. It was extra cheaper than usually. Book sales are already pretty cheap, but this was a half off. So things that were normally like $2 or $1, things that were normally like $10 or $5. So it's a pretty good deal. Um, but this is Lord of the Flies. I just got this mostly because of the cover. I love this cover, and I don't actually have a copy of this story. And I do like classics. I also like to collect the literary classics, like the things that are like really well known and that are considered like amazing reads. So I got this one. I love this cover. Next up, we have a one of those old sci-fi novels I was talking about, Isaac Asimov. How you say that? No. Yeah, but he's a very famous old school sci-fi writer, and this is a really cool cover. The Winds of Change and other stories. The sci-fi books always have the best covers, the best like drawn covers and stuff. I mean, there's whole books and books a million dedicated just to the art of sci-fi books. Then we have this book called Storm Warden, another little classic sci-fi book. Then we have this one, man. I was surprised to get this one because it looks nice. I really like the cover, and it's kind of older. Uh, we have that one, Serpent's Reach, really nice, kind of classic like 70s, female with a gun kind of cover. We've all seen those kind of covers before on things. Let's see, anything else sci-fi related? Yeah, here we go. So we got this. I like this because it's like I really like the cover, but I also like how it's like it's not a paperback. It's just like hardback, and it's got a really nice jacket to it. The jacket's a little ripped up at the bottom, but it's still a really interesting cover. It's just feels nice. It has a really nice like glossy, not glossy, but like texture to the cover. Then we picked up a couple oddball books. I'm also a big archery person. I'm also a big like kind of outdoorsy guy. So I got the Outdoor Eye, a Sportsman's Guide. It's just basically a. I got it mostly because it's kind of older book and it has some really interesting, some really kind of cool illustrations all throughout the book. You know, just some. I love these illustrations and anything that's like really out. Anything that's like classic outdoorsy stuff I like. So yeah, got that. Then we got, this is a kind of a fun little book I picked up. It's part of nonfiction stuff. I picked up The Art of Negotiation. According to this book will help you negotiate your way out of any situation, which is a pretty bold claim. It's a pretty old book. Let's see. But I like it because it is. I mainly just got this for the shits and giggles aspect. You know, I might read this and then I'll be able to, like, you know, will and deal my way out of all the best deals at the comic books, you know, vendors and stuff. That's what I'm hoping. I'm gonna get me a Spider-Man. I'm gonna get me Amazing Spider-Man #1 for $20. Price of negotiation, art of negotiation. Just kidding. That'll never happen. But the last thing I got was pretty cool. Now this is pretty cool, and these were pretty cheap because of the half off sale. So we got the X-Files, the Book of the Unexplained, Volume 1. This is a really nice, heavy trade, and it's got like a really nice jacket to it. The jacket's a little, it's got a little bit of scratching on it and all that, but you can't really help that. I mean, it looks really nice though. It presents very well, especially from like a slight distance like this. It presents very well. Got a nice little back with the characters. Then we got the Volume 2 that I don't really like as much because it's got this really holographic, you know, silver cover. I'm not really a big fan. I like the black, solid black cover better, but it's basically got the same pictures on the front and back. So those are pretty cool. Basically, what this is it's a book. It's like a series of books. I don't know how many there is. I got the first two volumes, but it's apparently like it goes through all these different it basically goes through a bunch of different episodes of the X-Files and then shows you like where they got the inspiration from the episode, like what myth or what urban legend or what like real life, you know, sighting or story that the episode was inspired by, you know, like where it basically like kind of connects the real lore to X-Files lore, you know, real life lore to X-Files lore, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Definitely going to be an interesting read. I'm actually looking forward to reading through those. So yeah, that's my book haul for today. Not really that big, but it was a few cool books. Got it for cheap. I think I bought all those for I bought all of those for $5. If you ask me, that's a damn good deal because the two X-File books, if you would buy those like in Books A Million or something, even if they were used, they would probably be like $5, $6 each one. You know. So yeah, pretty good deal. As always, thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for more videos. I'll have some more comic book videos coming up. But let me know if you like these book hauls, if you want me to do more, you know, book hauls, you know, in between my comic book stuff. So let me know.